see such a good turnout. So I'm hoping my connection is going to hold up. Sure, yeah. Okay, with load shedding, it's been a bit uncertain, but please do send a message if it seems like I'm breaking up too much, and we'll make a plan. Cool. Thanks so much, everyone, and welcome to our virtual bootcamp pitch event for this literacy and numeracy EdTech bootcamp that we've just finished up. We have 6 entrepreneurs that are here with us today who are going to be sharing their businesses with you. We have a panel of really great judges who are going to be giving them some feedback and asking some questions, and some members of the Injini team as well. So you'll hear from all of us today. I'm going to start off by telling you a bit more about Injini and the work that we do. My name is Krista Davidson. I'm the executive head at Injini, and this is one of many virtual boot camps that we've put on at Injini as part of our ecosystem development work. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a minute. But again, a big thank you for being here and really pushing through the webinar exhaustion that many of us have probably been feeling. So just a quick look at what's to come. I'm just going to do a bit of an introduction into the company, into Injini, for those of you who don't know much about us, go into the virtual EdTech bootcamp that these guys have been participating in over the last month, and what to expect from today's pitch event. Again, the bulk of the event is going to be the pitches and Q&A with our judges. And then right at the end, we'll announce our winner of the bootcamp, which is going to be considering all of the work up until now that these entrepreneurs have been putting in the course of this program, as well as their quality of their pitch. So the judges will be contributing to their scorecards, and we'll make a final decision on the winner of a 5,000 Rand cash prize and additional support from the Injini team over the next few months. Cool. So for those of you who don't know, Injini is all about improving educational outcomes in sub-Saharan Africa. So the way that we think is the best way that we're positioned to do this is by supporting key stakeholders to really increase the quality, access, and relevance of education throughout the region. So our sort of the big area that we've been working on to date has been with startups like those you'll hear from today. We have recently changed our strategy slightly to really expand our offering. So going forward, we will be moving away from incubation, which many of you may know Injini to have been all about over the last few years. So we're moving into a space that we're calling business acceleration. So a bit different than sort of the traditional definition of acceleration, but for us, this is a long-term partnership that we will be undergoing with relatively mature companies operating in EdTech on the African continent. So this is at the very beginning, we're going to be announcing our first 2 EdTech companies that are participating in this acceleration partnership in the coming weeks. So please look out for that press release. But what we're doing today is a part of our ecosystem development work. So this sort of middle section on my slide right now. So ecosystem development to us is all about really bringing the right talent to the EdTech sector in Africa, making sure that the fundamentals are in place for innovators and entrepreneurs who are interested in building something in this space that's going to be impactful and to be meaningful for the education sector that they're operating within, and really make sure that the resources, the community, the sense of collaboration is there from the onset. So that's what this is all about. These guys have been chosen from quite a large group of applicants to participate in this particular bootcamp that is topical and focused on basic literacy and numeracy. So finally, we have our African EdTech think tank division, which is also a brand new offering from Injini. So this is where we're going to be housing our bespoke EdTech research, consulting, and advocacy work. So really exciting new stuff that we're doing. We've just built up a really great team, a head of research and 2 research analysts who will be supporting her. And we're really excited to get that going and send more information out into the public sphere very soon. So look out for more on that as well. Just a quick look at the team. I will ask Teppo to come online as well and just say a few words to introduce themselves. But my name is Krista Davidson. As I said, I'm the executive head. I've been with Injini for the last 2.5 years, leading the team, working on sort of everything I've just spoken about before. Brendan Hughes is our chairperson and a member of our board of directors and is hugely instrumental in our strategic, driving our strategy forward. And then Seppo and Kim are both actually relatively recent additions to our team, but really hit the ground running. Seppo, do you want to come online quickly and just introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Krista. And my name is Seppo. I recently just joined the team as a portfolio manager. Really excited and passionate about education, particularly people that use technology sort of to drive education outcomes within the continent. My work experience stretches across sort of within the startup ecosystem, but in sort of different spaces. I worked at Airbnb, part of their policy team. Also part of the Airbnb Entrepreneurship Academy. And then most recently, I was heading up the Social Impact Accelerator that is powered by F&B. And yeah, just really passionate about technology and improving digital skills and education within the continent. Excited to be part of the Injini team and excited to see all the pitches this afternoon.
Cool, thanks, Seppo. Yeah, and then I mentioned before, Kim Sensuzi runs our research division, also joined us earlier this year. So we have two research analysts working under her who I haven't shown pictures of, unfortunately. And then finally, I just wanted to say that we're also supported by our parent company, which many of you may have heard of. The Cape Innovation and Technology Initiative is a South African-based NPC. City's mission is to really build a future-fit society. Their focus is on working across sectors to really promote the digital economy and create a really inclusive society. So they're actually known as Africa's oldest tech incubator. So we're really, really lucky to have their expertise as well to back our mission. Very quick look at Injini's footprint. So the sort of most of the numbers you're seeing here are relating to our incubation work, which has been taking place over the last 4 years. We've worked with 29 startups in that capacity, most of which are still operational and going strong. We have companies that are representing 10 different African countries, which is quite a nice spread, a lot of diversity within our portfolio. And finally, the early stage startups that we work with in sort of forums like this have already reached over 160. So that's really exciting. A quick look at our portfolio. These are the guys who have come through our incubation program. You will meet the founder of Trackosauras, this cute little dinosaur in the top left, who is one of our judges today. And then very quickly, what this bootcamp is all about. So leading up to the first group session that we had with these entrepreneurs, we tasked them with completing a sort of 2 big open source curriculum modules that are focused on the fundamentals for African EdTech entrepreneurs, a course that Injini has created internally and uses as pre-coursework for our boot camps to make sure everyone's sort of on the same playing field when they enter these bootcamp programs. So 12+ hours going through those activities and assignments. 3 group workshops, so direct sort of synchronous sessions with the teams between Injini and these guys that you'll hear from today, and a number of assignments as well. And here we go. So today's workshop, or today's bootcamp, the bootcamp you're hearing about today, is very specifically connected to target 4.6 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 4 around quality education. So target 4.6 is the specific indicator that is linked to literacy and numeracy. And so is what we drew upon to conceptualize this particular bootcamp program. And now I will just ask our judges to come online, to turn their videos on, please. And then if we can just get some introductions going in the order that they're shown on the screen, starting with Lyndsey Petro. Just a few words would be great.
Awesome.
Lyndsey.
Thank you, Krista. Hi, everybody. I'm Lyndsey. I am the Senior Portfolio Manager at Innovation Edge, and we are a impact-first investor, specifically investing in early childhood development innovations. Yeah, very excited to be here.
Thanks, Lyndsey. Nonku.
Thanks, Krista. I think Lyndsey covered it for the both of us. So just to say that we are part of the same team at Innovation Edge, the portfolio management team. And yeah, great to be here and looking forward to the pictures.
Thanks, Nonku. Luke.
Hi, everyone. Luke Crowley here, founder of Trackosauras. We were actually part of Injini cohort 1, so known a lot of these faces for a long time. In addition to getting funding from and support from Injini, we're also part of the Innovation Edge portfolio. So this is a big get together for us. But yeah, we do game-based formative assessment to track the developmental progress of young kids. So sort of the pre-kindergarten to grade 1 space. Our model is to partner with academics to help design our games. And then we've got a local team here in Cape Town of animators and game developers and whatnot who go ahead and build the games. Yeah, so excited to hear all these pitches. This is very topical for me.
Thanks, Luke. Will, last but not least. Oh, did we lose Will? Okay, maybe Will won't be able to introduce himself right now. Okay, but Will is the program director at Grindstone, which is the acceleration program that is run in partnership with Knife Capital, so a local South African venture capital firm. So we're really happy to have Will. I know he was having load shedding, so he may just have had to drop off for a second, but hopefully he will join us again shortly. Cool. So we are about to start off with our pitches. These are the guys you're going to be hearing from today. All of our judges have scorecards, and they'll be really tracking what they think about these pitches as we go along. Yeah, so 6 entrepreneurs online. We are starting out with EduFeArn, I believe. Seppo, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so EduFeArn, Gareth, you are welcome to share your screen. I'm just going to stop sharing now, and we will go ahead and get started. So all the entrepreneurs will have 4 minutes to pitch, followed by a 3-minute Q&A/feedback session with our judges. So we will get started with that just now. Okay. Gareth,
it's saying, there we go.
Okay.
May I begin?
Yeah,
Yes,
whenever you're ready.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Gareth Fearnley. I'm the CEO and founder of EduFeArn. Welcome to the world of EduFeArn. In South Africa, we currently have a crisis where 100 learners in grade 1 will enter the education system. Out of those 100, 4 will get to university and only 1 will graduate. So our solution is we've got an adaptive artificial intelligence learning platform where here's an example of a learner. We've got Mbali. Mbali will come into the system and she will do a number of different assessments, diagnostic assessments. Based on her incorrect and unanswered questions, we will identify her developmental areas needed. Once we've identified her strengths and weaknesses in a particular learning area, she will then have she'll go to do self-remediation where the system will automatically push assessments to her based on the skills that she needs, as well as she will get e-lessons for those skills that she's lacking, as well as there'll be some engaging and fun interactive AR and VR content. We will also, and then once she's got done that, she can go around to do the system again to see how she's improved in each learning area. The products we have, we've got AR and VR content, as well as interactive e-lessons for primary school learners. We've got the same for high school learners, as well as we've got a C# and coding academy that we've specifically, so what we do is we're actually teaching these high school learners to actually develop this AR and VR content as well. So we're also helping unemployed youth, and the guys that are excelling in this program come to work within EduFeArn. We've also got diagnostics assessment software, as well as we've got content-specific dictionaries. So these are, a lot of learners are not writing exams in their mother tongue, so we've got math dictionaries, science dictionaries to assist those learners. The markets that we, in South Africa, there's 12 million learners from grades R to 12. The available that we could accommodate for now is 5% of the grade R to 3 learners of 200,000 learners. And we can accommodate the 40,000 learners from grades R to 3. We've already got some traction. We've got a number of contracts. In fact, the Gauteng Department of Education has bought just under 42,000 copies of our dictionaries last year. We also have been shortlisted by the Gauteng Department of Education for e-learning providers. The business model is we've got an existing base of government departments, corporate CSIs, as well as parents and teachers. So we had a phase 1, which was when we started out, where we were doing diagnostic assessments. We were going with a laptop and a projector to the schools and in person identifying where the strengths and weaknesses were, and then putting the intervention. We're now at the next phase where we're trying to scale our product and our solution, because we've seen a lot of success at these schools. We are now scaling the product that we are going to be showing to, we can now offer it where we were offering 300 Rand. We can now offer about 9 Rand per learner, because it's more scalable and it's in an online portal. There is a bit of competition, but we are quite unique in being differentiating to these guys, such as Reading Eggs. That's like an Australian company. We pride ourselves on being a proud South African company, developing content by South Africans for South Africans. We're in the indigenous languages, as well as we're a lot more cost effective than our competition. Our team has a combined year of over 100 years of EdTech experience. So we're very unique, where we have experience in the education system, as well as we have experience with teaching and technology. Some of our teachers have even taught in countries like Japan and America. And that. The ask, we're not investor ready, but we're open to have discussions and explore with funders. The key partnerships, we're looking for content creators, as well as guys that we can work with together with marketing. The prize money, what we do is we work with a lot of kids in rural areas such as Kwakwa, and a lot of these kids, they don't have basic necessities such as a calculator, for example. So we'd like to give the top performing students within our system some calculators to be able to do. And that's EduFeArn. I hope I was in time.
Yeah, time's up.
Well done, Gareth. Thanks so much. Okay, cool. So stay online. We will have our Q&A session just now. If our judges can also just make sure their videos are on, that would be helpful. Yeah, and if we have any volunteers to kick off on the Q&A, please just go for it. Well done, Gareth. I don't know if I said that.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lyndsey.
Thank you so much, Gareth. I was quite impressed by your speed of going through that presentation. You covered everything in the time. I was just wondering, in terms of your target market, what are I know you mentioned rural schools, for example, but in terms of paying customers, which kind of LSM are the paying customers coming from, and how are you reaching the rural schools? Are those two different sustainability models?
Yeah, so we do want to primarily reach the lowest market. We want to, that's the whole focus around what we want to do. We want to make it affordable, and that's why we want to offer it at as low as like 9 Rand. And how we get to that market is we already have a good foundation where we're already providing this content to government. So already in these rural areas such as Alec, Kwakwa, and the Free State, and that, we already have access to a number of the learners using our stuff. So we already, that's where we're going, as well as it works offline. So these guys within those areas are able to access that information.
Cool. Hey, Gareth, I've got a question for you. Thanks for the presentation. I was just hoping you could speak a little bit more about the AR/VR component. So just in terms of like what sort of technologies you're envisioning and in which settings. So is this stuff that's supposed to be meant to be used in the classroom, or is this more home-based use? How does the AR, VR fit into it?
Okay, cool. So what we've done is we've taken, for example, a wall chart, and then we'll have a wall chart up on the classroom, as well as we've taken textbooks. And what the user will do is they can do the activity on their device, but when they finish the activity, they can go around the classroom onto a wall chart and use their device to make that wall chart come alive, and just have a blended approach of technology as well as the setting within our infrastructure already of what they have. So that's how our AR and VR works already. If you go to our website, you can actually see a video of how you can use the textbook for AR. And then also we've got a wall, how you can use the wall charts for AR.
Thanks.
Sorry, Nonku, go ahead.
Thanks so much for a great presentation, very efficient as well. I wondered if you could comment on the results that you've seen so far through any testing you've done, and also how you intend to measure success.
What are there is a clear and a realistic revenue model?
Yeah, so I can take a few case studies as an example. So, for example, in Kwakwa in the Free State, where we're working with Nedbank. So it's not a quick process. It's a 4-year process where we have to take them where we found we have to fix a lot of foundational skills. So that's where the diagnostic system comes in great. So we first assess the learners, we identify where their strengths and weaknesses are within maths. And then because we've identified, we then fix those problems. So to answer your question on what kind of results, for example, it's Mohato and Mokudi in Kwakwa, they were getting 6% average for mathematics. We've managed to increase the average now after 2 years to 60% average for the mathematics results. And that's the kind of case studies and success we've seen.
Great. Thanks, Gareth. Thanks, Nonku. Is Will back online? It'd be great if we could get a question from Will, but...
Nah, he's not back online, unfortunately. Yeah.
Okay.
Could I also add on from that last point? Sorry, I know. Also, the beauty of this is we weren't just helping those learners that were getting 6% and 0% for maths. The learners that were then getting 60%, because we're finding their weaknesses and individualization, we're also getting now 70% or 80%. So it's not only for the lower end, but for the higher end as well.
Ask quickly, what is the kind of, how long does a learner engage with the application? And is it like they take turns on the same tablet, or how does that work, like kind of dosage?
So this is, it's for initial engagement. So we're still developing the online portal, but how we worked now is we would take a laptop and a projector and would give each student a clicker. And then they would sit in a classroom and they would do an assessment. So we would do these assessments every 2 weeks with the learners, and then we would send teachers in once a week to engage with the learners and address those issues. But when we have the online portal, it will be access to them 24/7, and the more they engage, the better they can do.
Okay, thanks, Gareth. We are out of time for our Q&A on EduFeArn. Well done, Gareth. Thank you, judges. Up next, we have Confident from Augmented Future. Confident, are you ready to share? Cool. So whenever you start, your time will also start. Confident.
Okay, thank you. I'm Confident n'izi byose based in Kigali, Rwanda. I am the co-founder of Augmented Future. Augmented Future is an augmented reality startup. What you see, the traditional system we have went into while in the schools. You read the book Heartbeat, but it's only drawings in the book. It's not very clear. It's not engaging, so that the student can be attracted to reading the books frequently. So the problem is not only in Rwanda, in the 2,600 schools in Rwanda, but also it's a general problem in Eastern Africa. Students are consuming and engaging learning content. So we have developed an augmented reality application to support our augmented reality content, so that the student can be more attracted to content. We are not replacing schools, we provide the supplementary materials that students can use at home. We develop our own flashcards, comics, and board game, but we also partner with publishers to add augmented reality over their books so that students can continue using those books. If you buy a book for your kid, he will read it 4 or 5 times, they keep it forever. But when there is augmented reality, they will continue keep using it, and we develop new content every month so that there is a new content to watch over the book. Our stories we provide in the comics and animations are entertaining stories, but they are also linked to the curriculum. They are teaching as well as entertaining. We also have a community.augmentedfuture.com, which is our main sales panel where students get subscription based on a term, paying $10 per term. And on that community.augmentedfuture, you get access to the animations that are, of course, related to your grade. And we are developing content in mathematics, science, and English, of course, as a STEM subject. Our short-term target, we are currently targeting in lower grade. Medium target is 8 million of students in Rwanda, and in long term, it's all students in Eastern Africa. It's primary schools and secondary schools. Our value proposition, we are providing engaging content, and we provide a closer relationship to parents to guide their students, of course, their kids, but also have a network to attract them and make sure that they are consuming engaging content. Our current stage, we have rolled out our app in January this year. We have currently have 500 downloads. We have partnered with Injini publisher to add augmented reality over their book. Currently, we have digitized their 2 books. And we have also partnered with this TV station called Istivo TV to air our 2D, 3D animations. This is our team. We have 40 years cumulative experience in technology and education for development. I myself am a software developer leading the technology. Atman are also a software developer, and Nicholas, the creative director heading the animations development. So about the competition analysis here in Rwanda, we are the only augmented reality company, but our customers, the students, are currently consuming this e-learning website. They are the content that they use. But the e-learning website are not engaging as augmented reality that we provide. Thank you all.
Sorry. Thanks, Confident. I think you just went a bit over, but well done sneaking in that last line. Luke, I see your hand up, so we can get started on the Q&A.
Cool. Nice presentation, Confident. That sounds like a really exciting technology. I just had a question in terms of the sales model. So it's for home-based use, right? And are you selling it like per book, or is it like a subscription model where a family signs up and receives like a number of books or a monthly book, or how does the sales model work, the license?
Yes, currently the way we are selling is we don't sell it only in the holidays every day, but the students use it at home, not at school. But our sales model, currently we are selling per item. If it's a comic, we develop a comic per unit. If it's mathematics unit 1, primary 1, we develop a story for it. That story we produce into a comic and an animation. That animation will be displayed using augmented reality, and there is a comic that you have to buy for it. But we are currently selling per item. But in the after time, as we develop content, having content for the whole curriculum, we'll be selling per subscription. If you subscribe for term 1, in that term, you'll be accessing content for that term. If it's 5 chapters in mathematics, you will receive 5 comics for that term and 5 episodes of animation for that term.
Okay, thanks. And those numbers that you showed in terms of the market size, you think if you're selling a book for, like, one book is $8 to $10, that those 3 million to 8 million, 40 million, that scalability, that's there. There's a market at those price points. In other words, it's not too expensive.
Currently, we are targeting 5% of the total addressable market that I showed. 5% as paying users.
Okay.
And if you are a user, you will be consuming $30 per year because it's 3 terms.
Okay, thanks, Confident. Thanks, Luke. Lyndsey, Nonku, any questions for Confident?
Cool. And maybe I missed it in the beginning, but you mentioned tourism quite a lot. And I just wanted to understand the link better between, you were mentioning tourism and and your product. So just that link, why the tourism element is important.
Yeah, the tourism content, they are about the books that we digitize from the content, the publishers. Those, if you have a book, like there is this book called The ABCs of Rwanda. It's an alphabet book. Each letter there is something they say about Rwanda, lakes, volcanoes, and mountains. So it was about to get the student more attracted to it. If they scan a page, they get more content about that content. If it's a lake, you get to know the history of that lake. So those are the touristic content we have.
Okay, thank you. And then just similar to Luke's question, in terms of kind of similar products, your price point, is that kind of where your competitors are at? Is that more expensive? Is it cheaper? Just understanding the market.
Yeah, we are charging $10 per term. It's $30 per year, which is cheaper than many e-learning websites that we have here in Rwanda. The average of e-learning website here in Rwanda, it's $5 per month. It's $60 per year, while we are charging only $30 per year.
Great. Okay, thanks, Confident. We're actually out of time for our Q&A. Thank you, judges. I think up next we have, let me just make sure that I'm correct here first, HATCHLEARN. So is John Peter able to come up? Yeah, you can share your screen when you're ready. Oh, you're muted, John.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is John Peter EduFeArn. CEO of HATCHLEARN. Parents resulting in low learning outcome to these children. In Nigeria, over 10.5 million children are not in school, even though primary education is free, officially free and compulsory. And these students are Although most are motivated to give their children the best education, but some struggle to do so, particularly during the early years. They feel alienated, they are busy meeting the demands of everyday life, feel alienated from their children's learning process because they themselves did not go to school. Now, in the solution, we provide a comprehensive support to low-income and low-literacy parents, especially.
John, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we aren't seeing your deck. I'm not sure if you have shared it, but it would be great if we could get your presentation up as well. Sorry to interrupt your flow. If you need us to share, I think Seppo has a copy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Must we share on our side?
Okay, should I continue?
It would be, we would rather have the deck up on the screen first. So if we can get that up first, and then you can continue.
All right.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay. All right. Welcome back. I said my name is John Petro. I'm a founder and CEO of HATCHLEARN. HATCHLEARN is a digital local platform that delivers a personalized learning experience to low illiteracy parents. Now, why is this? Because parents who have not gone to school struggle to participate in kids' early learning development, resulting in low learning outcomes for these children. In Nigeria, about 10.5 million children are not in school, even though primary education is officially free and compulsory and are growing up in low literacy environment. Now, the solution, we provide a comprehensive support to low incomes and low literacy parents, especially those at the center of early childhood development. Through HATCHLEARN, we empower parents of any literacy level in Nigeria to take charge of their child's early learning development. And we do this, it uses mobile technology, research-based curriculum, digital parenting coachings, to assist parents to nurture cognitive and emotional development in their children. Then our product has two main benefits. Number one is mobile technology. It is secular communication. It allows teaching and other educational activities to be providing more freedom to learners. What's the benefit? Number one benefit is that it has greater effectiveness and efficiency in the teaching and learning process. It enhances collaboration and communication, provides more opportunity for personal development. Now, about our target markets. Our total addressable market is valued at $215 billion from 2020 to 2025. Then our market size is valued at $480 billion by 2026. Then our market capacity, our target market is involved in low-income earners and low literacy parents. Now, the global early childhood education market size is to grow at 10.5%, 10%, and it reach about $480 billion by 2026. Our progress in the last 6 months, the number of active users that we interview from our database amount to over 2,000. Most of these active users are parents and looking for something that will assist their children in literacy learning. And we are currently looking for partnership with Atama Education, the education NGO. They are creating content for children developing developmental delays. Our business model. We believe it is important to ensure the most marginalized low literate family can access our HATCHLEARN platform. So we charge a normal fee of $50 for our work at a sliding scale based on the payer's income. We also charge NGOs to corporate bodies who want to access our product for their beneficiaries $100 fees in a month. We also pitch our product and sell it to school and other learning institutions. We lessons provide advice for master concepts. We also have Greatly. It helps school and parents deliver personal learning for KG-12. But our platform is a digital. Our platform delivers a personalized learning experience for low literacy parents using best curriculum and mobile technology. Then our team has over more than 25 years. We have myself as a founder and CEO for 10 years in science education and BSc holders in chemistry from the University of Rio, and also a mentor in Tunelemenu Foundation for 2021. We have Ubong Yang, co-founder, is a serial entrepreneur and a mobile developer. Ubong has 8 years in entrepreneurship. We have Victoria Sunday, our Chief Technology Officer, 5 years as an administrative manager, and he has a bachelor degree in educational technology and information from the University of Rio here in Nigeria. Now,
sorry, John. John, you're actually out of time.
All right, thank you so much.
Maybe you can cover the rest in your Q&A with the judges now. Thanks,
Thank
John.
you.
Okay, maybe we can start with Nonku this time, if you have a question.
Nothing for me. Thanks, Krista. Thanks, John, for the presentation.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Lyndsey, Luke, anything from your side?
Thanks, John. I was just wondering, so I guess a little bit of insight into your kind of market research would be helpful. Why what insights do you have into these parents that makes you believe that they will engage with this mobile technology? Just some insight into why you think they're the right entry point for engaging kids with literacy.
Okay, parents, in our community, in Nigeria, we have low illiteracy parents. And the low illiteracy parents do not have a support for their childhood at home. They do not have support. Imagine giving a child homework to go back to home, and the child bring back the homework. When you ask them, why did you not know the homework? He said, my daddy and mommy did not know it. So our platform will help this parent to take charge of their children early childhood at their homes by taking care, by downloading material from our content and applying the recommendation we are going to make for them. And when that happens, this will give them a positive behavior, or they make their children to be ready for school, and they give them positive behavior for their child. Hello?
Thank you.
All right.
Luke, go ahead.
Yeah, so John, I understand the need. I think that's a big need. We see it here in South Africa as well. Parents that have low literacy rates needing support. My question is around the product. So how does your product help the parents? Do they receive voice messages, or do they receive text? Like what sort of support do the parents receive via SMS?
Okay, the SMS will contain some material that the parent will do to prepare the child for school. It will also contain some material that will help the child to understand the child problems and to alleviate his or her own problem when he or she comes back from school. Now, our research-based curriculum also promotes specific teaching practices that are effective in supporting a positive child's outcome in their learning process. So these two products will help them to solve this particular problem, at least to reduce the number of the children who are not in school. We have over about 10.5 million children that are not in school in Nigeria. It is the fact that we have free and compulsory education. So we want to see how we can help to reduce this magnitude, which is very high.
Okay, thanks, John.
Squeeze a question in, Krista.
Okay.
John, of the NGO and kind of B2C, do you have any paying customers at the moment or yet?
What do you say?
I'm asking if you have any paying customers yet.
Yes, we are about to have. We have over 2,000 of them that show interest, active users that show interest. For the past 6 months that we conduct a survey on it, and our survey data for 2,000 of them are ready to pay for this work.
Sorry, I froze for a second there, but thanks, John. We are out of time for you. Up next is Femi from Learning Games. Femi, if you can share your screen. And then we're going to have to be really strict on time because I think we're running a bit over.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Give me a second to share my screen. Actually using the mobile device. Okay, seeing that. Second, please.
Femi, I can share your screen if you want your presentation.
Trying to do that. 1 second, please. I'll do that now. Okay.
I mean, if you need a minute, I think maybe we skip to the next person and then come back to you when you're sorted. Is that okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, great. So up next then will be Static City Maths. So Kim, if you want to come and share your screen, great.
All right. Thank you. I'll just share my screen.
Okay, great. And just a note to the judges to make sure you're scoring in the right row for Static City Maths.
Krista, are you able to see it properly?
Yep, you're good to go. Go ahead and get started.
Okay. Is my time started? All
as
right.
soon as you start, it will, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. And thank you to the judges for being here and also for Injini to allow us to be able to present to you guys. I believe that some of you, either in the audience or here, will probably be fitting in the description of the particular individuals that will be talked about in this particular presentation. So my name is very long. I'm just going to keep it short so that I don't waste a couple of seconds out of my time. So I'm just going to say that it's Kim. So my name is Kim, and I am the founder of Static City Maths. And what we have in our current country, which is a problem that we also face in the continent, is each and everyone being at a race because we are all looking for what we need to survive, all the money that we need to survive. And you've got parent, you've got a guy called Paul, who is actually very busy. And then you've got Lebo, who is also very busy in his mind because all he thinks about is playing games. And then you've got his mom, who is actually a single mother. And we have a look at the situation in South Africa, we're finding 40% are single mothers, and they are actually overworked. They have to work from 9 to 5 and come back and still be able to take care of the kids. And then you find kids like Lebo, because of the interest in other things, they find themselves actually not being part of the 4 out of 10 students that have actually good mathematics skills. And this actually create a big problem, which impacts their future, which impact how they actually perform, how they end up being great when they have to reach grade 12. And this problem actually starts from grade 5, and that's where the TIMMS indicates that after they've done the benchmark across Africa and the continent, that's where the problem seems to be. And what we then provide as a solution is a game which fits well for label, and an opportunity for them to practice and then to exercise on that game, their mathematics skills. And then that game will provide report to the mother, which will then give relief to the mother to not create again exercises by hand. She does not have to take the role of a teacher. And she then ends up just looking at the report and being able to say that, well done, label, you are improving. And if you're not improving in something, here is where you need to actually do better. And that allows the mother to relax. As you can see, she can go do yoga and be happy and allow the learner to actually improve and still be better. So this is how Static City Math works. Static City Math actually provide you with the video lessons, which are offline, and having them offline allows for it to be used all across the continent with the issues that we have with connectivity and the issues that we have with the internet connection. And when you download it once off, which is low, it's actually 80 megabytes at the point in time, and you can actually have over 5,000 exercises where you can practice the basic operations, addition, multiplication, divisions, and subtraction. On top of that, you actually get to now see your statistics, which you can see how well you are doing in addition, how well you're doing in subtraction, and all the other areas. And how are you improving your speed in actually solving the problems? And also how accurate are you being in how you're solving the problem? Now, the great thing that we've done is that we've all taken all that, because Label likes games. We've now taken all that and we've made it into a game. And the game itself is all about earning properties. In the game, it's like Monopoly. You have to earn properties. For you to earn properties, you have to answer mathematical equations properly, or at those basics level. And that's how you basically practice. So we put something you should look forward to, and then you actually can practice. To go further, we then created an esport league. So Label can then start earning some cash. Just think about it and how big esport is at this point in time. Kids can play soccer, they can play FIFA, and they can actually win trophies and earn more money than some of us are making here. How about we then give that opportunity to a kid as well, so that they can actually be able to be the reason why there's a 500 rand inside the house, because they're doing well at school, and then they can improve and they can actually do better. And that is what we do with the Esport League, which allows people to be ranked, and then it runs for a whole year. And moving forward, then we're looking at the market.
Sorry, Kim, your time's up. You have 30 seconds to just wrap up. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. The market's 9 to 15 years old, and we're looking at the big number. We're only looking at 20% of that big number in our first year, which we believe is doable, and we can actually make sure we can move forward into that. And the tractions, we currently have 500 plus users, and then our growth so far has been 120%. We actually released the platform in February, and that is how it's currently working. And we have a business model which is specifically indicating that you can actually have 750 if you actually purchase the entire app. If you remove the ad, you pay 150. And on the other side with corporate, we actually have...
So I have to cut you short. If there's anything else, I think the role will be by the judges.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cam. Thanks, Depo. Okay, cool. Thank you. If maybe just quickly, run through the slides. Don't say anything, but just show everyone what else you had planned, and we can take our first questions.
Okay.
Nonku.
That's it. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks so much, Kim. I wanted to ask about the 500 Rand voucher. Is that real money? Or was it just...
It's exactly real money. It's
okay.
been for the past 2 months so far.
Okay, great. So I think my question is just around, have you thought about whether the sort of progress would increase or decrease if you didn't have that sort of incentive involved? I'm just thinking from a behavior point of view, you want the child or the person that's interacting to be kind of intrinsically motivated to make progress. And, you know, money is kind of attached to more extrinsic motivation. And so have you thought about how, you know, whether having that incentive would have an impact on maybe, you know, the child or the person only interacting with it for that reason? Or do you not think it will make that much of a difference in terms of how motivated they would be to use the platform anyway?
Yeah, it definitely would make an impact. I might say that we've actually seen a bigger increase once we started marketing as well, especially by indicating that you can win the product and you can win the prize. However, what then determines whether you can actually get the 500 Rand is only if you practice. And within the game, you need to constantly practice because your points are accumulated by how many good answers are you making. So we obviously have an extrinsic motivation, but then it also with the aim to actually create that particular drive for you to learn. With that, you probably realizing how much you're actually learning from there. So you can only get the 500 Rands if you practice and submit your score. And other than that, you will not be able to. But we've had good feedback from a few parents that have now set like 30 minutes where the kids plays the game just for practicing and not initially because they wanted to have the 500 Rands.
Thank you so much, Kim. Just a random, maybe I missed it in terms of the onboarding, but how do you know that the user is actually a child? I mean,
so that is a very good question, which we actually thought about that because we knew, right? Parents or some people would actually do whatever they had to do. For now, the way we're marketing it, especially with we've got two legs. We market the purchasing of the video lessons at more of a platform where we would expect adults to be on, and we market the winning of the 500 Rands if you practice to platforms where you've got mostly younger kids. So what we do before we give you the reward, we've actually stated it on our leagues page on the web that you need to provide us with your verification documents that can prove that you are currently within grade 5 to grade 9. We are not giving you any money. We are not providing you with any information or anything if you do not give that proof. And that needs to come with the ID card as well of your parents. And you need to give us a report from your school, which needs to state that it's currently now. And that needs to match with the name that you've registered with on the game, and also the phone number and the email address that you've put on the game. Without those, unfortunately, you've played yourself, not us.
Okay, thanks so much, Kim. Unfortunately, other questions I think we'll have to wait until after, so we are quickly running out of time. Thank you very much. If we can get Femi back online. Femi, are you ready to share your screen, please? Well done, Kim. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm here.
Okay, great, Femi.
Okay.
Share whenever you're ready.
Okay.
So you should be able to start sharing your screen even while Kim is still sharing.
Okay, I guess the other participant needs to stop sharing his screen so that I can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this now. I'm trying. Something is up with my computer right now. Should be.
There you go. Okay, for me, you should be able to.
Okay. Okay. Tab. Okay.
Oh. Wrong one.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, yeah, just click the little present button in the top right.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. All right. We are presenting to you today learning games. As it goes, is a learning platform for using games as major content for children K1 to 6. The problem, imagine a child today when almost in every school, in every family, because of the experience we've all gone through, almost every family, they are very familiar with using devices for learning, and that is very prevalent in the last few months. Of course, it's been on for a while, but in the last few months, it's been very prevalent. So our targets, a problem that we see right now is that there are limited content, particularly interactive game content for school age children, K1 to 6, and the ones that can also be used within the school environment. Now, the solution that we have for this is learning games. Apart from the games being available for home use, for parents to activate for their children, this can also be used in schools. And this solution helps schools to integrate this application for classrooms and for teachers to use for assignments, so that they can use that to augment learning for their children in the classroom. So the product makes available game-based learning content and activities that teachers can use as school assignment and reinforcement classroom teaching resource. Parents can also use that, to keep the kids busy while they're also catching fun at home. So these are the two-pronged customers that this product primarily targets: the parents and the schools. Now, as I explained earlier, of course, because of the situation we've had with the COVID-19, a lot of content are out there already, but many of them do not have the feature that allows schools to implement the content within the classroom and also to use it to integrate with whatever system they have and be able to give out assignments on the platform. That is a very peculiar value position that this particular product has over the others. The market size, our initial target for this product is Anglophone West Africa, which has over 300 million people, and acute situations of almost 70 to 1 teacher to pupil in most schools. So our target is to get 5% of this market in the next 5 years. The traction that we've had. Oops. Sorry. Oh. Can you see my screen? All right, cool. Can you see my screen? Okay, cool.
Yes,
we've had some surveys to actually interact with actual teachers and see the kind of needs that exist in this particular environment. And of course, we've been on Bootcamp on Injini and also done some closed group testing of prototype of this application. Looking at so many other products out there that actually offer this same kind of solution, education.com, PBS, FunBrain, and others. Of all of them, we are actually offering much more than the content because we have this classroom integration for teachers and parents and teachers and parents being able to have IDs on the platform to actually monitor and also have analytics of what the children are doing. Our business model is B2B, essentially. That's 65% of our business model. And the rest is going to be B2C. What I mean by this is that, based on our research, we found out that most people who utilize this kind of content, who use this kind of content, they use it from their schools. So we are going to be looking at schools as a primary customer and parents, individual parents as a secondary customer.
Emmy, please, your time's up. Please just take 30 seconds to wrap up your last thoughts, and then any other stuff can be answered in the Q&A.
Okay. If you have this price money, we'll be able to actually start a platform development and also commence work on content development for the platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Femi. Okay, great. Do you have any questions for Femi from the judges, please?
Sure, I've just got a quick question. So Femi, how has it gone working with government? I know that like a lot of governments.
I'm sorry, I can hear you.
Oops. I was saying that a lot of governments have their own sort of curriculum frameworks, and do your games link into those curriculum
frameworks? I can't hear anything.
Can no one else hear me?
Femi, try mute yourself while others are talking, and then unmute when you're talking again.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Fine.
Hey, Femi, can you hear me?
Okay, hello?
Yeah, I'll ask the question again.
I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I think maybe just ask the questions in chat and we
I'll
will
do that.
move on. Thanks, Lou. Okay, thanks, Femi. I don't think you can hear us, but we are going to move to the last entrepreneur now. Well done, Femi. So finally, last but not least, we have Odemy. So if we can get Opeyemi up on the screen. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes. Good to go.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Opeyemi, and I'm the founder of Odemy. Meet Bola. Bola is an 8-year-old primary 2 student with over 30 students in our class. Our dad is a trader, and our mom is an admin assistant. Bola struggles a lot with maths and always needs help to complete her homework. Our goal is to have scholarship to attend college, and she dreams to become a journalist. But Bola is one of the over 202 million students in sub-Saharan Africa in primary and lower secondary school who lack proficiency in basic literacy and mathematics skills. And also there are over 50% of primary 2 students in Nigeria who cannot complete simple addition. So why do we have these problems? 1, resource constraints and overcrowded classroom. Also, curriculum-based learning resources are not accessible to children, particularly in low and middle income communities, and most alternative solutions are expensive. So we built Odemy to offer e-learning resources for primary school children in both online and offline settings. Our learning content serve as essential resources to improve learning outcomes in maths and basic literacy. This is our web app, OLearn, which is accessible on a feature phone, and we offer micro-learning content that breaks learning into small units. And this is the app. The students will select the class and start learning from video lessons and quizzes. And this is our hardware product, Pace. It is an MP4 player with preloaded videos and quizzes, video lessons and quizzes. It requires no internet access and is essential for personalized learning. Market size. There are over 30 million students enrolled in primary school in Nigeria, out of which 12 million is our serviceable available market. Our target is to capture 3 million of our market share with our product. We started operation in our Ibadan office in February 2021 and launched our online platform in May 2021. And in less than 40 days, we have 250 active users and over 30 MP4 product users with acquisition costs averaging 30 cents per customer. Our customers include parents, schools, corporate organizations, and government. So how do we make money? We offer free access on our web app and a $2 monthly premium for personalized learning. We also have partnership with a device manufacturer, and we are able to offer our MP4 product at the unit cost of $30. So with a $12 profit margin, that is $600,000 in annual revenue, just on 50,000 units. We will also make money from partnerships and donations. And as a matter of fact, we raised over $5,000 in donations in 2020. Our competitors are Schoolgate and online learning for primary school students, Gradely that empowers parents and ULesson that offers exam preparation learning resources. So how do we differentiate from our competitors? One, we offer accessible software and hardware solution that makes e-learning usable in the context of our market segment. Also, as students learn on Odemy, every click, score, and interaction is recorded. So AI algorithms identifies the knowledge gap and customize the most effective learning pathway for each student. Our solutions are inexpensive and has an easy to use interface. The core team members. Okpeyemi is an educator with over 7 years experience in K-12 and higher education with expertise in data analytics and project management. And Abayomi is the CTO with expertise in software development and STEM education. He is a software engineer with Microsoft with over 5 years experience building highly scalable software solutions. Tosin is the program manager. She has a bachelor's in engineering with over 3 years experience teaching K-12 maths. So we are asking for advisory resource, mentorship, and partnership. And how we will spend the prize money. It will be used for ad spending and customer acquisition. Other opportunities we have coming is that we will be participating in the Texas Venture Lab in Austin, Texas, later in the year. Thank you.
Great, well done, Okpeyemi. Cool, judges, you can kick us off with a few questions. Any takers?
Yeah, thanks for a great presentation. I just wanted to ask if the AI that you described, if I understood it correctly, the device works offline. So is the AI also localized on the device? The AI works offline? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's gonna be offline. AI is for the online app only.
Okay,
So
I got you.
Products.
Okay, and in terms of like the two different products, the two different offerings, when you showed like the growth projections, what's the breakdown in terms of the offline devices versus the web platform?
So this one right here is for the web platform. So in less than 40 days, we had over 250 users on the web platform.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was just wondering, in terms of the hardware, how much how many months of content is on that offline, on that product? And then my other question was just about these users, the active users. What is their are they active daily? And then also, are they paying users?
Yeah, so for the MP4 product, it has content from basics 1 through 6, primary 1 to 6, and that include video lessons on basic literacy and numeracy, and also quizzes to access the learning on the MP4 product. And sorry, I didn't get the second question.
I was just asking, in terms of these active users, how active are they? So are they daily? Are they active daily, once a week, different? And then also, are they paying for the product?
Also for the active users, it is a form of self-paced learning. So they are active every time. I mean, the content is available for free on there. So they are active daily and continuously. But we are currently developing a premium offering for the web app. So that way there will be a personalized learning.
Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. So I think that just about wraps up our pitches. I'll give the judges a minute or two to just make sure that all their scores are reflecting in their scorecards, and we will announce the winner in a few seconds. Thanks, everyone. Sorry about running a few minutes over. Okay, great. I think we have all of the scores in. So thanks everyone again for sticking around. Thank you to all of our entrepreneurs for pitching. For many of these guys, this was their first time pitching to a public audience, to a live audience. So really well done, everyone. I know this is an intimidating thing, especially in a virtual context. It's a bit weird. So great job. You're all winners in our eyes. But in terms of our actual scores, and again, this takes into account all of the work up until today throughout the program, as well as the pitch today. I will announce our first runner-up first and winner. So this is a bit awkward. There's no drum roll or anything, but our first runner-up is Static City Maths. So well done, Kim. You will still be receiving a bit of support from the Injini team, so we'll set up some calls and make sure that you are in touch with people in our network that we think can help you. So really well done. Congratulations on this. And then our winner by quite a bit. We've seen some really great participation from this particular team, a lot of engagement throughout the program, and then a really nice pitch to end things off. So well done, Odemy team, Opeyemi. Really great job. You will be receiving the prize money and some additional support from Injini, and maybe some of the judges back. Sorry, in person, but okay, cool. Well done, Opeyemi. Judges, maybe just very quickly, we can unmute, say some final words to everyone. Opeyemi, it looks like you're very excited. I'm glad to see it. Luke, maybe just starting with you, any final words to all of the participants?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I've been there for these very scaled down 30 seconds or 2 minutes to give these pitches type thing. I know it can be very frustrating and challenging. So everyone did a great job. If anything, I would say try and just spend a little bit more time talking about the product. So I think in some of these pitches, I just left with a little bit of unclarity in terms of product and especially product differentiation. Like how does your product compare to, all these quasi-similar products out on the market? And then I would just maybe, as someone that's now in that phase where I'm trying to find my target market, just put a lot of thought into your projections in terms of market size. I think it's okay to be realistic. Like I can tell you that a lot of those markets seemed extraordinarily large. And so it's okay to say that in the first couple of years, we're not going to hit 3 million. We're not going to hit 6 million. The first couple of years, maybe we'll hit 3,000, and that's a big victory for us. I think that's reasonable, and it can buy you credibility with the right audience or the right investors. So that's my personal feedback, but great work to everyone. It's so cool to see so many other cool, math space and reading promotion solutions on the continent. So great job.
Great, thanks, Luke. Lyndsey, anything to add?
Yeah, thank you so much. Just with my Innovation Edge hat on, I definitely want to say that learning, the kind of foundations for learning is really started early. So I would love to see some of you thinking about even younger learners and what you can do in that space. So, 0 to 6. And then I completely agree with everything Luke said. And I would just add, I think I would have liked to see more focus on the actual impact and the change in learner outcomes. So it's all great to have a fancy tech product, but what we really want to see, especially from an investor like Innovation Edge, is the change that we can see in child outcomes. And so really putting some emphasis on how you're actually solving the problem, what change you can see in children or in parent behavior or any of those things. So yeah, adding that to your slides would be great.
Great, Nonku, last comments.
Thanks so much, everyone. It was really great to be part of this session. Some very exciting ideas brewing. And just to echo what Lyndsey and Luke mentioned, I think, it's important to spend a lot of time unpacking your sort of target market. The more clear and definite you can be, the better. And I think when it comes to reporting, the more authentic you are, the most help that you're going to be able to get. We want to see, you know, even if to you it doesn't look like you've reached a lot of people, it makes it easier for a funder or an investor to work with you from the place that you are rather than the place that you hope to be. But otherwise, thank you so much. It was great to be a part of this.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you to our judges. Really appreciate your time. Thank you to all of the participants, all the entrepreneurs. We really appreciate your engagement and your commitment to your solutions and your hope to contribute towards the improved learning outcomes on the continent. So that's all for today. Hope to see some of your faces at our next Bootcamp pitch event or some of our other Injini events. So please do make sure you're staying up to date, subscribe to our mailing list, check out our website, follow us on socials, all of that. Yeah, until next time. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.